Hello my loves, this is Mystique and I welcome you to my digital sacred space. I hope you are doing well and that you're happy and healthy wherever you're watching this reading from. If you felt called to watch this reading, then there's a very important message for you, because today I wanted to see what your past self wants to say to you. So I've seen a lot of readings and videos about what your future self wants to say or what your higher self wants to say to you, and I will be doing those, but today we are starting with what your past self wants to say to you. So I thought we could take a dip into who you were in the past and how it's shaped you today, and if your past self has any messages, any guidance, any clarity to provide you today. And sometimes we learn our lessons from the past, but there's a tendency to repeat some patterns, right? So let's see if your past self wants to provide clarity, wants to provide information on who you are today, or if you're suffering from any problems, then we're going to take a look into that. So let's start with your pile selection. This is pile 1, it's called love. Pile 2 is called happiness, and pile 3 with peace. The energy of some of these piles is really strong, so I feel like whoever is watching this reading has gone through a lot of transformations in your life. This won't apply to every single one of you, but I do feel like for some of you, you've gone through a lot and you've evolved a lot to the point that you were a completely different person in the past and you are a completely different person now, just because of the shifts and on an energetic level. I'm feeling, and the energetic shifts on an energetic level were really massive and just completely transformed and changed your life. So I am really excited to start this reading, and I'm also inserting clips of close-ups of the piles. If you want to make your pile selection that way, then you can watch the close-ups and select your piles. If you need more time, just pause the video, just breathe, and pick a number or the pile that draws you in the most, the leaf or the frame or the word that draws you in the most. Although I would suggest not to select your pile based on the word, because sometimes it can be misleading because already there's bias coming in. So I'd say just allow your spirit guides to guide you to your pile, and I am sure they will not mislead you. So allow them to show you which pile you belong to, and I will see you at your reading. So I am starting with a small prayer. I take this moment to welcome every single person who has clicked on this video. I hold space, I hold love, and open my embrace to them and their energy. My intention for this reading is for the viewer to feel happy, wise, clear, to feel like they have direction to feel like they have answers if they had questions. I welcome every single person with love and peace and happiness. I hope this reading can help you embody your future self better and to make peace and forgive your past self if you were hurt or hurt by other people. I welcome all spirit guides, angels, beings that will help me guide pile 1, 2 and 3 through the reading. I bow down and honor your presence on my channel and in this digital sacred space. Please know that I love you and that I'm rooting and cheering for you. If you are sad, I see happiness for you. I offer this prayer as a way to send happiness to any sad souls watching this reading right now, watching this prayer right now, listening to my words right now. And I welcome everyone, physical and non-physical, with an open heart and an open mind. I cherish each and every one of you, and I thank you for being here. I hope this reading helps you as much as I enjoy doing it. Thank you. And I'm sending my love and light to you. And I will see you at your pile. Hello and welcome, my dear loves. You chose pile number 1, love. You know, you did choose love, right? So I think I should just call you love throughout this reading. The moment I'm tapping into the energy of the collective that chose pile 1, love, I'm feeling a soft energy. I'm feeling a soft energy moving. I'm seeing soft waves on the shore. So I feel like your energy is like that. You're somebody who provides a lot of comfort and safety to other people. I don't know what your gender is, but I do feel a highly feminine energy. But even more so, I'm feeling that you are introverted, shy, soft-spoken. I'm sensing a lot of Libra placements, maybe Taurus placements, and Cancer placements. Some kind of water energy. This is beautiful. So, let's start with your reading, my dear loves. If my voice sounds a bit different, it's because I have been sick for the past 2 weeks and yeah, it's been tough. So I'm going to use watercolors as a divination tool, and so this is my water, right? And let me show you my palette. This is my palette, and this is the second palette. So I feel like I want to use some like a combination, so I'm just going to place this like this so that you can see. And I'm going to start intuitively painting and channeling messages from the water, the movement of water and the watercolors. So let's begin. If I go quiet, it's only because I'm trying to tap into the energy of the water and the colors and what your spirit guides want to say. So let's begin. I feel like they've already started. I'm feeling that in the past, you didn't believe in yourself as much as you do now. I feel like now you've achieved a good level of confidence, but in the past, it wasn't like that. I'm feeling that your past self, I feel like in childhood, you were hurt by someone. You were hurt by someone and you asked yourself, why did that happen? And I'm feeling that it's because you didn't love yourself and you realized it. Oh, I was taken advantage of because I didn't love myself. And I'm seeing this kind of a snake, like the way just water moved through here in the corner, like a snake. So I feel like this person, whoever this person you were dealing with, really did not have good intentions for you. They really didn't have good intentions for you. And this is a very sneaky like energy. So I feel like from the get-go, they didn't have good intentions for you. Maybe they were successful in fooling you at first, but I feel like eventually you found out the truth. I'm seeing these spaces between the colors, right? So I'm feeling that in the past you had a sense of incompletion, or maybe you craved like a deep bond. For some of you, it was a boyfriend or a girlfriend, a romantic relationship that you craved. I'm sensing that you crave to open your soul to someone. But you were afraid of being betrayed because of your past experience, and I completely understand, my dear pal ones. I completely understand, my loves. It was probably the correct decision. But your spirit guides are saying that now you're ready. You are ready now for a relationship. I feel like, and it's because you love yourself now, right? So I'm seeing daffodils. So there was a lot of beauty. I feel like you got rid of this snake-like person. I don't know who it was, but for some of you, I'm sensing it could be a family member who was really toxic, and you had to put in really strong boundaries. And I'm feeling that some of you were probably isolated, or it's an energy of like people ganging up on you and leaving you alone. Like you were surrounded from both sides, and I see that you faced all of it alone and that you stood tall against them, because you are not somebody who will lose or admit defeat. And I see that you, even though you hesitated at first to walk away from this person, whoever these people were, I'm seeing that eventually you did. Eventually you realized that whoever these people are, they're not good for you. And I feel like that was a life-changing kind of moment for you, because nobody wants to be betrayed. I feel like But you don't always see it coming, right? Sometimes it takes you by surprise and you don't see it coming. I feel like you have become a really strong person. Your past self wants to express that you are really strong and that it's okay for you to believe in yourself now. It's really okay for you to believe in yourself. I'm seeing a girl whose hair is flying, and I see her sitting and thinking about what happened and how she can change her life. And I see that she thinks that she's alone, but Spirit is actually guiding her. Spirit is guiding her through this very important and pivotal transformation. For some of you, I feel like you had gone through a lot of trauma. I'm not gonna lie. I'm seeing darkness in your childhood, in your past. I'm seeing darkness. I can sense that for some of you, whatever this was, it was extremely difficult. Whatever this was, it was extremely difficult. And it broke you down. It broke you, Pile 1. But I'm seeing that there's a lot of beauty that surrounds you now. There's a lot of beauty. I feel like maybe you're not able to see it just yet. Confirmation. You might not be able to see it just yet because you might have become a little pessimistic. And I understand that, Pile 1. I feel like some of you have this energy of like, no, you don't get it. You don't get how difficult it was. And maybe that is true. Maybe I don't get it. Maybe I don't know how difficult it was, Pile 1. But I do want to take this time to congratulate you, because you have become so wise and beautiful. So let's add in one final color. Okay, I'm feeling this one. I feel like you shine, Pile 1. And you're going to shine. And whoever these people were that didn't have good intentions for you or whatever, it's like they are going to become background noise. Like they're not even relevant in your life. It's that kind of feeling like they are absolutely irrelevant, because you've learned to love yourself, and you've also learned not to focus on things that don't help you evolve in your growth. So I'm sensing that you are learning to be unbothered. I just heard I don't give a blank, right? You know the word, right? So, and I'm seeing the current you following the light, following his or her own light, and using that light as a guidance to figure out what you want to do next in your life. And it is your own light that is lighting up your path. It's like this traumatic experience helped you to find your own light. I feel like you learned the hard way to rely on yourself. I feel like you learned the hard way to rely on yourself from a young age. And you realized, you can't trust everyone because everyone doesn't have good intentions for you. So let's get in to the tarot reading. I'm going to let this layer dry, and if your spirit guides or spirit calls me to, I will add in more colors or layers, but I am feeling intuitively that I feel like this is it. This was the painting. So I'm going to leave it as is to dry, and then I will show you what it looks like at the end of the reading. So let's start with your tarot cards first. Pile number 1, please. Yeah, you see this card right here? Four of Swords. I feel like you're almost solitude. I'm seeing solitude, so I feel like you have learned how to be alone now. You have learned not to rely on someone. I'm seeing like you're not codependent anymore, you know, meaning that you don't get attached to someone to the point that you get hurt. You maintain a certain level of independence, and I feel like spirit wants to commend you for that, for taking charge of your own life and realizing that nobody is responsible for you and your feelings except for you. And I feel like that was a highly empowering decision that you made, so spirit wants to commend you for that. Let's start with some more tarot cards, please, for pile 1, please. Okay. So there were 4 cards for you. Yeah, so I'm going to begin. I do feel like you might come from some kind of lack, or you felt like you were not loved enough, or you weren't, some kind of shortage. I feel like you wanted something really badly and desperately, but you never had it. It was never given to you. So it could be money, it could be the feeling of protection, it could be love, it could be peace, it could be friendship, it really could be anything. It is different for every single person. I feel like whoever chose love, I feel like all of you are unique, so it might be different for all of you. For some of you, I'm sensing that you didn't receive a mother's love. This is highly specific, so take this as it resonates. Maybe you had a mother but she was absent, you know. Maybe if you grew up in a poor family, maybe she was extremely busy taking care of the house and everything. And I'm not feeling that any of you have some kind of hate. That's a very strong word. Some kind of pain because a parent couldn't be there for you. But I am sensing that it left a kind of a void in you, a sense of incompletion, a sense of, oh, I don't have this, I don't have this, I want this love, I want my mother to be affectionate with me, I want my father to think of me as somebody who's reliable and honest and a man, but I don't have it because you never got it. And it's almost like you had to grow up and take charge of your own life and realize that you're not a kid anymore, and that you're on your own. I'm hearing Taylor Swift's song, You're On Your Own, Kid. So you might want to listen to the lyrics and listen to that song once. There might be a message. I'm seeing that your spirit guides want to say something to you through that song. So I'll try to leave a link in the description for you. But yeah, the song is called You're On Your Own, Kid by Taylor Swift. Oh, you see this temptation. Wow. Going to put this here. Then you have the Queen of Fire. Oh my god. So wait, you guys, the Queen of Fire is the Queen of Wands in this tarot deck, which is called the Good Tarot deck, right? And you have the King of Wands. Oh my god, I'm going to tell you what this means just in a second. You have another queen. You guys saw me shuffle, right? You have 2 queens. This is already beautiful. And you have the Ace of Wands. Look at this beautiful card. Two queens being here. I did say that you are a soft person, right? And we have the Queen of Cups, right? So I did feel a soft, nurturing kind of energy from you. And I'm sensing that you almost grew out of it. I feel like the you now grew out of it, out of that. And I feel like you are more in your King of Wands or Queen of Wands energy now. So your past self wants you to forgive them. I'm sensing that your past self is really hurt. And your past self is saying, I didn't know. I just had a good heart. And I didn't know that people would take advantage of it. I just wanted to love people. I just wanted to be there for people. I just wanted to show them that they are lovable. I wanted to show them that there is love in the world and that there are good people in the world. But I got hurt in the process. And your past self wants to say sorry to you because your past self knows what it took for you to get to this Queen of Wands, King of Wands energy. And your past self is crying. I feel like your past self looks like a little child. It looks like a child that doesn't even want to face you. I feel like your past self has a lot of shame. Oh, I made the wrong choice. I made the wrong decision. Because of me, we are hurt. And because we ended up trusting the wrong person, we ended up standing up for the wrong person. And it created a lot of chaos. It created a lot of darkness in our life. And your past self wants to say sorry. It's like your past self wants you to comfort them. And I feel like your inner child is very intertwined with your past self. I'm seeing your past self and inner child being shoved in a corner almost. It's almost like you won't acknowledge their existence. Or you might not have the time, or you believe that if you become the soft, sweet person, or if you start showing people that you're soft, that you're vulnerable, they might attack you again. And I feel like you've made the right decision, first of all, to defend yourself and to stand strong. You've made the right decision and Spirit is proud of you, and so am I, my dear loves. But I'm also feeling that you need to forgive your past self because you didn't know any better at that time. Who could have told you? Who could have told you? Who could have warned you about your innocence being stolen or broken or lost? Who could have told you? Nobody. Don't be so hard on yourself and don't have unrealistic expectations of yourself that you could have figured it out sometime or that you could have known somehow, because I feel like there was no way. Especially if you had an absent parent, you were the only person, you were on your own, right? So if you were on your own, please forgive yourself, the you that is now and also the you in the past. Please forgive yourself, my dear pile number ones. I'm seeing that it can be tempting for you to just completely shut off that side of you that is soft, and I feel like you stay a lot in your fire energy because you're afraid of going back to that feeling of not having something that you desperately wanted, right? So if it was love, because your pile, you chose pile love, which is called love, right? So for most of you or some of you, it could be love. Maybe you felt like you were not lovable. So if that was the case, you always felt like you had to be really nice to people and you had to change yourself to someone else to be loved. And it's almost like you hate the part of you that morphed into something that other people wanted. And it's almost like a part of you gave up, the past self gave up that authenticity. And I see you shining now. I see you shining. But you see how there's a small light, right? It's like the whole card I didn't paint it yellow, right? Intuitively I was painting it, so, but I didn't paint the whole sheet yellow, right? It's only this much, and I feel like the light was really small, but you were shining, you were a beacon of light, and that is why toxic people might have been attracted to you. You know, this is yeah, I'm sorry if you can hear that vehicle. That was really loud. Yeah, I'm seeing that this toxic person, for some of you, not for all of you, for some of you that were dealing with a highly toxic person, this person completely tried to convince you that you don't shine, or that you are incapable of achieving your desires and your dreams. That's not true. I feel like deep down you knew that that was not true, but you had to cut this person off to really understand and know that you've got what it takes to make your own money, to be financially stable. And I feel like this feeling of not being loved, you know, you try to fill that void with being financially stable or focusing too much on your career. I feel like you keep yourself busy, you keep yourself driven, because you don't want to fall into the pit of this feeling again, this feeling of loneliness, isolation, being unloved. And I feel like you try too hard to make up for it with your fiery qualities, which is being driven, being, you know, always on the next, always on the next. And it's almost like you've hidden your inner child and your past self behind a mask, because you don't want to face it. You don't want to acknowledge your Queen of Cups side to you. So Queen of Cups, right? She's extremely nurturing, giving, and I feel like you almost blame those qualities in you. You blame your softness and your vulnerability for being naive, for making the wrong decision of trusting somebody that betrayed you eventually. For some of you, it could have been an authority figure, a man. So could be an uncle, could be your father, could be some kind of authority figure, like an elder brother kind of. So if you are a man watching this, and if in your family this is resonating, it could have been a family member for you, like an elder brother, somebody that you looked up to with a masculine energy. Yeah, somebody you looked up to and they have a masculine energy. I'm sorry that was out of focus. I get so into the reading that I forget that it's not focusing. I apologize, my loves. You see how she is almost fallen on the apple, and this is a heart shape, right? And I feel like this experience changed you, but it changed you for the better. So whatever you realized, you've realized now. Whatever you realize now, and whoever you are now, you have every right to be proud of you. You have every right, because you know you don't deserve this kind of treatment from anybody. And I am in your corner, pile one. I am in your corner, pile one. But I do feel like you need to forgive your past self, or accept and embrace your past self fully, and tell him, her, or them, listen, I understand it was not your fault, and I accept you. We didn't know, none of us knew that we were going to be hurt like this. None of us knew that we would be betrayed like this. So it's okay. It's not your fault. And say that to yourself as well. You know, it was not my fault. I didn't know it. I didn't know. You didn't know. You didn't know, my dear loves. So it's okay. Wow, my heart is breaking for you, pile one. My God, you've been through something really traumatic. It's almost like your spirit, since this is a general reading, so it could be different, but it's almost like my spirit guides are not even showing me specifically what you have been through. That is how painful it was. They don't want me to be completely in that energy. I'm seeing that one final message for you is that bring a balance. Bring some kind of balance between your softness. You can be soft and vulnerable, but you also have every right to stand up for yourself when things get toxic, or if somebody is trying to actively attack you, or calling you ugly, or trying to bully you, making some passive-aggressive comments or making inappropriate jokes and you don't like it, you have every right to call it out. Call it out, pile one. And I feel like that is something that you already do. And I'm sorry that you feel like you can't show your vulnerable side to the world and people. But wait, I'm going to get a guidance message for you. So let me use this deck. Pile number 1, please. We have 2? No, just 1. You have the upper world. Oh my god, look at this blue. Look at this blue. Wow, this is so... Yeah, I was also going to point out the fact that you have the Queen of Wands from the good tarot deck and you have the King of Wands from the Ethereal Visions tarot deck. So I'm seeing that it's almost like you became your own soulmate. Like there was a point in your life where you craved to be in a romantic relationship and you got disappointed. And you were like, you know what, I'm just going to water my own heart. I'm going to pour water into my own heart and pour love into my own heart. And I don't care what anybody else has to say to me. I'm going to start taking care of myself the way I would want to be taken care of by my romantic partner. You guys, I grabbed this book of the mystical shaman deck, and so this is your paragraph, right? And you had it upright, so let's read it together. The upper world is calling you to step into your fully realized self. Clear distractions so that you can move into a higher destiny. Do not fall to the temptation. Do not fall to the temptation to craft a slightly more improved version of yourself. When you perceive what you perceive as a problem or an obstacle is in fact the irritation you need to take the great leap. Remember, you cannot cross the Grand Canyon in 2 small steps. Oh my god, this is not a coincidence. The word temptation coming out here. Do not fall into temptation. I see. So I feel like this is a sign from the universe, and the universe wants to tell you, do not reject or suppress your inner child and your past self. Do not suppress or reject or think that your past self was... I feel like you hate your past self or something. For some of you, it's almost like there's a sense, there's an energy of distaste. It's almost like this happened because of you. I am never going to be like this again. This happened because I was like that in the past and I'm never going to be like that again. But I feel like it was not something, like I said, it was not your fault, right? Let me make that abundantly clear right now, Palwan. It was not your fault, all right? Do not blame yourself. Do not blame your past self. You couldn't have known that you were going to be betrayed or hurt. I'm so sorry. You're being called to step into your fully realized self. And to step into your fully realized self, you need to integrate all parts of you. So your inner child and also your past self want to be embraced by you. They feel unloved by you. So I feel like you need to take them as a part of you and give them love too and accept them and make them understand that it was not their fault. Because if you blame them, you blame yourself because they are a part of you. So if you hate them, you just hate yourself. And you might thought of this trauma as a huge problem or something that altered your course of life. But it was the... I'm seeing like you being propelled, like you need momentum, right, to propel you into something, right? So I feel like that was the momentum. That trauma was the momentum. It was a momentum that was required for you to make the great leap. And the great leap was you becoming this Queen of Wands and the King of Wands, who's assertive, fiery, independent, passionate, strong, firm with boundaries, clear communication, not hesitating, stands up for herself, himself, themselves, leadership. I'm seeing you have completely stepped into it. And there's only one final step you need to take. I feel like it's really just embracing your past self. That's all. And you're going to be on top of the world. You're going to be complete. If you have felt incomplete, the key to completion and feeling complete within yourself is to accept and embrace and love your past self. Yeah. And I feel like that was your reading. Wow, that was a lot to unpack. I just want to say I'm so proud of you, Pal One. I'm so proud of you. I love how you stepped into your Queen of Wands and King of Wands energy. I'm absolutely loving it. I do see a lot of blessings coming in for you, but I'm not seeing what it is. So I feel like it's a secret and it will be shown to you at the right time. It's going to be something unexpected. It could have something to do with financial abundance. It doesn't have to be. But for some of you, it could just be feeling so joyful and complete within yourself. So complete and feeling truly deserving, feeling worthy and beautiful within yourself and the way you are. Yeah, I feel like the painting has dried, so I'm going to show you what it looks like. I take this time to send my love to the past self that is sitting here, who felt alone, who felt traumatized, who felt unloved. I'm sending my love and light to you, dear past self of Pile Ones. I take this moment to thank your spirit guides and everyone that protected you and kept you from being too harmed. I send my love to the people that betrayed you. I hope they find love and joy within themselves with time. I thank everybody that came through and all of the card decks for enabling me to provide this beautiful reading and these beautiful messages to my dear pile number ones. Pile number one, I want to say to you that I cherish you and I honor your presence. I hope you stick around on this channel. If you like this reading, consider liking, subscribing. Let me know if this reading resonated and what kind of readings you would like to see in the future. I'm sending you my love and light. And finally, I want to say that I'm really proud of you. I'm really proud of you. And hopefully, I will see you in my next reading. If not, I love you so much for being here now. Thank you so much, my pal ones. Goodbye. Hello and welcome, my dear loves. You chose pile 2, happiness. Right off the bat, I'm feeling like there's a lot of happiness coming for you. Just right off the bat, I feel like there's a lot of happiness coming in for you. And I know that's probably a cliched message, but that's what I'm feeling for you, my dear pal 2. Yeah. So let's start with your reading. Going to place that here. You can see it. Yeah, it turned dark all of a sudden. I don't know why. It's only like 4:30 or something. So I'm going to channel a reading using watercolors, and I'm using this sheet of watercolor paper, which is roughly the size of an oracle card, and I'm using this palette and this one, and paintbrushes, of course. So let's begin. If I get quiet, it's only because I'm tapping into the energy of the water and the colors. I'm painting intuitively, so if I get quiet, it's only because I'm tapping in. Don't worry, I'm still here. So I'm going to start the reading. I'm seeing that your past self might have felt invisible somehow. Maybe I feel like nobody paid attention to you, and I'm feeling that as I'm saying this, it's hurting you. I'm sorry, pal 2, but I have to say what comes through. My intention is not to harm you. I hope you know that. but I have to be honest. And I feel like this feeling of being invisible was so traumatic, hurt, painful. This feeling of being invisible was so traumatic or painful that it's almost like you had to learn to become a star. I'm seeing a crown. Can you see that? It's almost like you had to put the crown back on your head. I'm seeing that you've gone through a lot of monumental shifts in your life. A lot of monumental shifts, pile 1. And I'm seeing that Spirit is proud of you. Spirit is really proud of you. I don't think you know how proud your Spirit is. Yeah. I'm going to start adding in colors. I am seeing that you started to put the crown back on your head. I'm seeing that you've become somebody who's really financially stable, and it was almost like, yeah, who's the boss now? Who did you think you could bully? Who did you think you could bully? Not me, not pile 2. And it's almost like you had to rise up in your strength and you had to command attention, because people would probably overlook you, and that made you feel really lonely. But then it was like, there's no point complaining, right? You've got to be your own leader. And that's exactly what you did. You became your own leader. I'm saying that you've learned to live your life passionately, and that whatever experiences you had in your past don't have a hold on you anymore. So it's not something that you're traumatized by anymore, but in the past, it was painful. I'm seeing blood. Maybe if you menstruate, I'm seeing that you could have had painful menstruation. This is not going to apply to everybody, so this is a really specific message for somebody in specific who's watching this pile. I'm seeing some kind of blood. So I feel like in the past you could have, trigger warning, mentions of self-abuse and harm. If you want, you can just skip a minute forward. I'm seeing that you could have self-harmed in the past. Oh my god, pile 2. Pile 2, you've gone through some. And right now, I see you, I'm seeing that you don't think it's a big deal anymore, and it's almost like this energy of like, why did I even do that to myself? I didn't deserve that. I definitely didn't deserve that. And it's almost like you have learned to neglify the effect of that trauma on you. I feel like that whatever experience made you harm yourself so much isn't successful in harming you anymore, you know? Like, it's not, you've learned to put in boundaries, you've learned to protect yourself and stand up for yourself. So I'm saying that it's not harming you anymore. It just cannot have a hold on you anymore, because you've learned your lesson. And I see you walking towards the bright side. Wow, look at that. Was that an aeroplane or a helicopter? I don't know. But, and I think that's a confirmation that you have really, I feel like you can see the positives now in that trauma. So your past self is coming through to say, I feel like it doesn't have to, your past self has nothing like much to say, in the sense that your past self is already proud of you. So it's almost like they know that you have gone through a lot, but you've learned your lessons, right? So there isn't much to say to you per se, but they're saying, but stick around, like don't skip this reading. Stick around. So I see that they might have want to give you some important message. Okay. I did sense a certain heavy energy with you, but I feel like for a lot of you conquered it, so I'm being asked to not get into it anymore, because it might be painful for you to hear it now. And your past self is saying, like, I've done a good job. So it's almost like there's no need to get into what happened, but this reading is going to be focused on what your past self wants to say to encourage you. So I'm going to begin this reading. So you can see that this is still wet. I'm going to wait for it to dry and keep it here. So let's begin with your tarot cards. Pile 2, please. Pile 2. Wow, you have the 9 of fire already. What did I say about you being your own light? And look at this. She's literally holding a star. She is literally holding a star in her hand. Not one star. She's holding like a string of stars. So I feel like you've learned to be your own good luck. It's like if somebody asks you, do you believe in good luck? And you are the kind of person who would say, I create my own good luck. I create whatever I want. 5 of air, oh my god, freedom. I see you being free now. I see that you have let your past self be free of whatever they went through. Whatever they went through, you freed your past self now. So I feel like nobody can cage you anymore, because you have learned what you needed to learn. So, and look at all of this air energy coming through. Air. So you could be Gemini, Libra. What's the third sign? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Yeah. I am sensing a lot of Libra, Gemini energy in specific. You don't have to have those placements, but that's just the energy that I'm picking up from this pile. I am feeling with the 5 of air. With the 5 of air, I feel like you use the conflicts in your past, the conflicts and probably some kind of chaotic fighting and all that toxicity. I feel like you use that as an opportunity to integrate. So I'm seeing you grow from it, and I feel like you've learned to be authentic to yourself and be true to yourself and be your own light. So, and I feel like that is also something that attracted a lot of light to you. You know what? Your energy right now that I'm picking up is completely different from the energy that I picked up when I was channeling messages from these watercolors. And I'm like, wow, was Pile 2 really somebody who thought of harming themselves or who did harm themselves? And it's almost like there's a 360-degree shift. And you've understood that other people might have different ways of thinking, and that they don't have to agree with how you choose to live your life or who you are as a person. And that is something that has set you free, because you just use that experience to grow more. Your past self is saying that if you felt like something was kept from you, or you didn't get something that you desperately wanted, it is for your own protection. I feel like this was something that was not good for you, but you didn't know that at that time. So your past self maybe felt like, oh, I wanted this so much, but I never got it, and it's because rejection is spiritual protection, right? It was like your spirit guides were deliberately keeping this experience or this thing or this person away from you to protect you. And I feel like some of you know exactly what I'm talking about, but for some of you, you might have to think and go back to your past and your past self, like what your past, connect with your past self, and to understand what this experience was, or what is this thing that you wanted so desperately that you had to let go of. It's almost like I'm feeling like you had to fly away from it, and you felt like you were forced to not want it. You were forced to not want it. And you might have felt at that time that it's unfair, and you might have been in pain, that in spite of everything you've been through, that this was something that was being held back from you. But I am seeing that it was for your own good. You just don't see it. And the last card that we have is the Ace of Air, right? So the Ace of Air, and you have the Page of Air. There is a powerful energy at work in your life. There's a powerful transformation that happened in your past, and that is probably happening right now as well. And you might be seeing a lot of synchronicities as well. Expect quick results with whatever is happening. Whatever is happening for your highest good. So if you needed some kind of confirmation, you don't know what's going on, whatever is happening so that, like, the way the things are going to fall into place is something that's going to be unbelievable. So that is why I felt called to write happiness here. Oh, I get it now. So I feel like the ultimate destiny or goal that you're reaching, the last step, is happiness. You're reaching happiness. But it's almost like you might not know exactly how you're reaching there. So I'm being told to tell you that the way things are unfolding, they are unfolding in a way that everything is falling into place just for you. Just for you. And then I'm feeling that there might be some kind of new ideas for a business, or I feel like you might be struck with a new idea to find your own happiness. Like when you're watching this reading, or just sometime after you watch this reading, you might just have an impulse to go do something, and then you try it and it brings you so much happiness that you decide that you're going to continue confirmation, that you're going to continue with that thing, and you're going to get into depth about this thing, whatever this thing is. I feel like you're going to really explore it. And you're going to end up absolutely falling in love with that thing, or with that new hobby or new idea or new business venture. I don't know what it is. I feel like it's going to be something new, innovative, unexpected. It's going to come in like a light, like a lightning bulb moment. It's literally a lightning bulb moment. I don't know if you can see it here. Yeah, you see this light? It's going to be like that. It's going to be exactly like that, pile 2. So I'm going to pick 2 tarot cards for you, feeling these 2. I did say that the change is coming in quick, right? It is. Expect great results and quick. This is coming in quick for you. Your past self is saying that. No, it's your spirit guides, I think. It's not your past self. It's your spirit guides that are saying that there's love coming in for you. For some of you, it could be romantic, but I feel like for most of you, and the energy I'm picking up of this love is platonic somehow. It's not romantic, but it is fulfilling, it is satisfying. So maybe it could be finding genuine friends, a group that embraces you truly and loves you for who you are. That's what it is. I'm feeling like you are finding something or someone or a group of people or an idea or something that's going to make you feel like you can be yourself and be happy at the same time. Like you don't have to choose one over the other. It's the same thing, right? At the end of the day, it's the same thing. You could have been drawn to pile 1, not for all of you, but for some of you. So, for pile 2, please. For pile 2, please. Wow, you have the holy mountain. With the holy mountain being here, I'm seeing that Spirit is calling you to go on a journey. Because at this time of your life, I feel like you're in need of a new perspective and a new vision, and that's going to require you to see things differently. So I feel like you need to step out of your comfort zone for some of you and to take a journey. For some of you, it's an external journey. For some of you, it's an internal journey. But it's almost like the external journey is going to lead to the beginning of an internal journey. Like you go somewhere and you find out, oh, I didn't know people live like that people could do that, right? And I feel like that's going to give you a new idea and you will stumble upon it unexpectedly. But it's only because you've taken the step to go on this journey. You have to accept whatever you're going through right now and understand that it's leading you to a higher understanding and clarity. So go and begin this journey with courage, love, and compassion. And ask for your ancestors for wisdom and guidance if you need. Connect with your ancestors. I feel like your ancestors really want to come through. So we were tapping into your past self, but it's almost like your ancestors are coming through in this reading. Like the past of your whole family line. Kind of like your ancestors want to come through and say, please connect with us. Please connect with us because we can help you. Pile 2. So if you are struggling with something or you want to feel like you just want to feel that spark of life again, go connect with your ancestors because they have something important to say to you. We were tapping into past self, right? But it's almost like I'm being dipped into your whole past. Your past as a thing, not your past as a self, not you specifically, but everybody who is involved in your bloodline. And I feel like those in your past and in your family line or your bloodline or anybody that was connected with you, your soul family, right? Like this branches, right? And it's almost like there's one vein and there's the second vein and this is the third generation, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and I'm seeing that it led to you. And now you are at the precipice of you are standing at the edge of a new insight and evolution. So go on this journey. Go on this journey, my love. Whatever you're going to find, it's something that will just fulfill your heart. Just fulfill your heart completely. Okay, I think I'm going to end this reading here. Is there anything else, just in case? Did I miss something? Yeah, look at this ball of fire just falling under this like this, right? Can you see it now? Yeah, this ball of fire just being under this yellow. I painted this yellow and it's exactly the same shade with the orange yellow. I don't know if you can see that. I hope you can. Yeah. And I'm feeling that the sun is coming back to your life. I don't know what that means, but the sun is coming back to your life. The sun is coming back into your life. Joy is coming back into your life. Brightness, positivity is coming back into your life. And there's a lot of clarity, obviously, as we saw. But like you are being called to get to the sun. Like this is one of the most important journeys that you're going to undertake. And I'm seeing that you are going to do it. I'm seeing that you are. Yeah. And also, you see how in all of these cards we have somebody with wings, right? For all of the cards, and they are all air cards, so it's swords energy, air energy, and in all of them the person has wings and the horse has wings here. So I feel like you were born to fly. You were born to fly. So fly. Yeah, this is what your painting looks like, my loves. That shows pile 2. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I take this moment to thank your spirit guides, my spirit guides, your ancestors that came through to help me guide you through this reading and to give you important insights and messages and clarity. I hope you found this helpful and that this resonated. Consider liking, subscribing if you want to be part of my digital sacred space. I would love to have you here. And yeah, let me know in the comments if you resonated with this reading. I'm seeing a lot of protection and safety around you, so I'm sending you love, protection and safety from my side as well. And thank you so much. I honor and cherish your presence here. If you are a subscriber and you are a returning subscriber, I love you so much. And if you're not, and this is the last time I'll be seeing you, I'm sending you all of my love. And I'm happy that you clicked on this reading. Thank you so much. I love you, and I hope you have a lovely week. Hopefully, I will see you sometime soon. Bye. Hello and welcome, my dear loves. If you chose pile number 3, you chose peace. Welcome to your reading. I sensed a really powerful, peaceful energy from you guys. So I'm really excited to do this reading. Please tune me in to pile 3 and what their past self wants to say to them. Were you ever backstabbed? Pile 3, were you backstabbed by someone? Someone that you trusted, or maybe the someone was not close to you for some of you, but I'm seeing like a knife or like being cut by someone. This won't apply to every single person, but I just saw that. Anyway, let's start the reading. So 111, I just saw 111. So pile 3, 111 could be an important number for you. So the way I'm going to do this reading is by channeling messages from watercolors, and I'm using water. So this is the bowl of water, and I'm using this watercolor sheet, which is roughly the size of an oracle deck, and paintbrushes. And let me show you the color palettes. Yeah, these are the paintbrushes and the palettes. So the way I do this watercolor reading, which is basically channeling from watercolors, is I used a little bit of color theory but also intuition. Mostly it's just intuition. So if I become quiet, it's only because I'm trying to tap into the energy of the water and the colors and what they want to say to me, so I can give you the message and the clarity. I'm seeing that you might be somebody who stands out in a crowd. You might be somebody who stands out in a crowd. I feel like you might not know this because you might not think of yourself as somebody unique, but you are. You definitely are, for sure. And I feel like this is something that gets you a lot of attention, and sometimes you might wonder what's happening. It's just that you stand out in the crowd. I'm seeing that there are people that want to follow you, or they trust in your leadership. They trust in your guidance, but you're not really interested in being like a leader because you don't want anybody to follow you. I feel like I see you living your own life on your own terms, right? But that itself is something that is inspirational for people. You see how there is this dot in the middle, right? I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you are like that. Like, you just pull in things to you almost like a magnet. So I'm going to start adding in colors. Indigo. You might have a plutonic energy to you. For some of you, not for all. I'm seeing that sometimes you don't want attention, but you just get it. You are like an attention magnet. Like, even if you don't want people to notice you or see you, I see that they do. I'm seeing that they can't help but focus on you. I'm seeing like that Ariana Grande song, Focus on Me. You have you heard that song? So I'm seeing that song. Adding in the second color. Whoa. If people have negative intentions, if some people have negative intentions for you, I see that that negative intention is something that is drowned out by people that wish well for you, because I feel like there's a lot of people that wish well for you, and it's almost like I'm seeing like the people that have bad intentions for you, they cannot touch you. They just can't. People see you as somebody who is vulnerable, so they might think that they can take advantage of you or something, which is like so ridiculous, honestly, because I don't sense in your energy that you're somebody who's gullible at all, Pile 3. I feel like in the past, like your past self had a certain kind of vision that enabled you to see the truth of who people were truly, inside, not just outside. And I'm seeing that because you spoke up the truth the way you saw it, sometimes you got in trouble, but it was almost like you have this attitude of like, yeah, but I'm speaking the truth, so why should I filter myself? And you're right, Pile 3. Why should you? Yeah. You might not have understood at times why people react to you the way they react to you. You might not. I'm feeling that you right now, the you that is right now, not your past self, you take steps to keep yourself away from people that make you feel like they are going to drain your energy, so you take steps to keep yourself away from people that drain your energy. And you know what, I'm being called to paint this dot, right? And it's almost like your spirit guides are coming through. They just said to me, yeah, the color does not exist, you don't have the color has not been made yet that describes pile 3. So like the color does not exist, and that tells me that you are that unique. Should I leave it, or should I use some kind of, what color comes close? Can we use a color that comes close to pile number 3's energy? Oh, found it. Okay, thank you. They're still saying that this color does not like appropriately describe you or even your past self, but they're saying it works because it's not like we have a choice now. So dipping it in, I feel like even in the past you were so unique. You were so unique even in the past. Do you see, it almost looks like there's a whole new world inside. Oh, I'm sorry if you can hear that, pile 3. It looks like there's almost like a new world inside. And I don't know if like the camera is catching it, but the way I am seeing it, I can see the layer of water and the color swimming in the water. And I feel like that is your existence. I feel like nobody truly completely understands you or knows you or can see through you, but I feel like you can see through a lot of people. And sometimes it might scare some people, but we saw that a lot of people wish good for you. So like, I'm not too worried, and I don't think you're worried either, because you know how to protect yourself. So I'm going to close the palettes and start with your tarot cards now, because I'm going to let this dry, and if your spirit guides call me to, we will add in more colors or more layers of paint if they call me to. But yeah, let's begin with your reading. I'm going to place it to dry here. By the end of the reading, I'll show you what it looks like dried. So beginning with the tarot cards. Pile 3, you chose peace. Okay, 2 cards. Pile 3, tarot cards please. Tarot cards for pile 3 please. Tarot cards for pile 3. Cards for... Whoa. Okay, how many cards is that? That is a lot of cards. I'm feeling called to these 2 and put these back. So 4 cards. Okay, let's see together. Oh my god, you guys, you have the Magician. The very first card of today, and you already have the Magician. You are such a good manifester. I feel like your past self manifested the you that is you now, and I feel like you are already your ideal self, or you're going to become your ideal self soon. And you have the Ace of Cups. Oh my god, your energy is so immaculate. Pile number 3. So that is why we had this, almost like this looks like a cup of water to me, but it's almost like you can't describe that kind of a feeling, right? Because a paper cannot hold a cup of water. It's going to absorb it. But you see, like this droplet of water that fell on this paper is still intact. It's still intact, as you can see. And I feel like you have a blessing that cannot be put into words. Some kind of blessing, like a vision, something to do with vision, something you could have some supernatural abilities that are not been known yet by other people. Like there's no word for it. I feel like there might not be a word for it, or there's not a lot of research on it. So for example, clairsentience, right? Or clairvoyance, right? That's a word that's thrown around, right? Clairvoyant. Oh, they are clairvoyant, they are clairsentient. And I feel like you have certain an ability that is psychic, but I'm having so much trouble describing it because I feel like I just can't fully put that ability into logical way to describe it to you. And you have the Magician, which is the first card, and you have the Ace of Cups, which is the first of the 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And I feel like you came here for an important purpose or an important mission. I feel like whatever you're doing is really important in the creation of the new earth, in the evolution. So I feel like we are going to be stepping into Pluto in Pisces after Pluto in Aquarius, right? And I think it's Pluto in Aquarius now, I'm not really sure. But I feel like for that generation, for the Pluto in Piscean generation, or that time, I feel like you're somebody who's already from that time. It's almost like your energy is ahead of your time, and maybe that's why I had such a difficult time, because you're somebody who's really evolved to the point that I'm having trouble explaining, because I feel like I might not be on your level, to be honest. Like you're somebody who's more evolved than me, on a level of a spiritual leader, I would say. Some kind of a spiritual leader that came here to guide people, that came here to show people the magic of manifestation, and how magical this time-space reality is, and how magical and easy it is to get what you want. And we are, we earthlings, we get so caught up in things like school and success and college and all this, that we forget that we are here for a higher purpose, for something greater than that. Confirmation. And I feel like this, things that are intangible. Things like, oh my god, High Priestess. I cannot. You have the High Priestess under the Magician, and look at this. 1, the Magician. 2, the High Priestess. You guys, your reading is shockingly synchronistic. Like, I'm getting goosebumps. Who are you? Look at this. I feel like this is you. Oh my god, your energy is seriously not a joke. Look at these eyes. I feel like my energy. Like if you were sitting in front of me, I would be a little scared, because you would just be able to see through everything. I do sense a lot of love in you, but I was saying that you're really incredibly perceptive, and you have some kind of psychic ability, right? And we have the High Priestess that came out. So I'm seeing that you could have a strong sense of smell too. It's different for each one of you, because whoever was drawn to this pile specifically, I feel like all of you have some kind of ability that is unique to you and you only, right? So I feel like I can't even get into it. I'm feeling, for some of you it could be their words, so their throat chakra. For some of you it could be your third eye chakra that's really active, so an ability that is related to the third eye chakra, an ability that is related to the throat chakra. So for some of you it could be a solar plexus chakra, because I'm seeing orange and yellow, so your sacral chakra. You might be really connected with the moon. I feel like you have a witch. Yeah, witch. You have a witchy energy. It doesn't matter what your gender is, but I feel like there's a lot of feminines in this pile. But you have a witchy energy. Witchy. And you have the messenger of water. Wow. What does your past self want to say? You are timeless. You're already in the future. You're already living in the future. I don't know who you are, but I feel like time does not exist for, like, you understand that time is not real, in the sense that in the spiritual realm, time is not real, right? Like, you can have anything you want right now itself. It's only the physical reality that is constrained by time and space, right? But not the ultimate reality, or not the quantum reality. I don't know what it's called. Is it called a quantum leap? But the spiritual realm, and I feel like you're connected to that source energy of God. Like, you're connected to God. You are so connected. It's like that is where you live. Like, you don't even live here that much. I feel like you mostly just live there. I don't know why. What are you doing here? Why did you click on this reading? You have the 10 of water with the 10 of cups. Oh my god, another synchronicity. We have the ace of cups here, and then we have the 10 of water. Can you see? Yeah, now you can. So from 1 to 10, and I feel like you have gone from this, like, 1 to 10, like, you have gone through your human being earthly journey, right? And you have learned everything that you needed to learn. And it's almost like you came here to give me happiness. I'm feeling like you came here to connect with my energy. Like, what's going on, pile 3? Let me know. I want to know who you are. Wow, I can't put my finger on this. It's like you have gone through the ups and downs and the waves and tides of life, and nothing shakes you anymore. I feel like you've gotten so good at going through life that nothing phases you anymore, and that is why you're so evolved, because you just have a solution for every problem. And if you don't have a solution for every problem, you know that you're going to find a solution to every problem. I'm being told that you don't even see anything as a problem anymore. Like, you're so evolved because you don't even see anything as a problem anymore, because you understand that that is something that's going to help you evolve. So you take it as you have this attitude of, like, you take it as a step. Oh, this is another step for me. This is another step 1, step 2, step 3. So maybe that is why we have the ace of cups and the 10 of water, which is 10 of cups in this deck. I feel like you are somebody that knows that well-being is the state. Like, well-being is a natural state of life, and you feel joy. And I feel like you have come to a certain point in your life right now where you understand and accept that life is not against you, or that the world is not against you, and it never was that way. Maybe in the past you had that kind of experience, but it was never like that. And you have learned to celebrate yourself, and you are so connected to spirit, and you are so connected to source, and you co-create your life with source. I'm sensing from you a gratitude towards your past self. It's almost like you had to be broken, you had to go through what you did, you had to be puppeteered into the you that is you right now. It's like I'm seeing that at first you might have felt like life is controlling you, or that things are out of your control. In your past, maybe you had an experience like that, so that is why you felt that way. But then you realized, oh my god, no, I am the magician, I create my own life. And it's almost like as you took responsibility for yourself, step by step, 1, 2, 3, 4, you reached 10, right? And you are so evolved, and you're still evolving, because evolving is something that never ends, and you understand that that is what life is. We are here for expansion, and expansion is the ultimate game, the ultimate goal. We are spirit beings incarnated as physical humans. And you just understand this truth and know this truth so well that it's shocking to me, honestly. It's a bit shocking to me. I'm so honored to have you here. You're such a pleasure. I feel like you're communicating with me somehow. Your energy is linked to me because you can do that. Like when we tarot readers, we have to connect to the energy of a lot of people that will be watching the reading, right? Their spirit guides and everyone, and I feel like you can do that. I don't know if you practice some kind of divination. You could practice tarot, but I feel like you don't even need that. You can do it without. You don't need anything like tools, because you yourself are so connected to everything that you can just directly tap into that energy without requiring anything else. So hold on a second. I'm feeling like with the temptation card being here, and look at these cards. So you might be my water pile, right? You are my high priestess pile. You are my psychics, my spiritually evolved beings, my pile 3, and again you chose peace. And I'm being asked to tell you, like your past self is coming through to tell you as well to focus on being more connected to, like, strengthening your connection with the spiritual realm and with source and spirit. I feel like I said, I was sensing you have some kind of important destiny, something really, really important that you have incarnated here on earth to do. And I feel like you need to be really connected to source for that, to co-create that. So your past self is asking me to tell you so that you can connect more with spirit. I feel like I saw that you already are, but meditate and take some time, like prioritize that over everything. Is connect with source and spirit, like balance your material life obviously and physical life, but do that out of your connection with spirit. Whatever you do in the physical world, do that out of your connection with spirit. Your past self wants to remind you that you can always have what you desire, right? We have the Magician here, which is the card of manifestation, that your manifestations are going to come true. So I feel like whatever you desire, or for some of you, I feel like you already know what your purpose is or what your desire is, you're going to accomplish that. So there is no need for you to feel jealousy or resentment or fear or a disbelief that it's not going to happen, because it's going to happen and everything is going to flow to you naturally. Like, you can make it happen, you can make it flow to you and come to you. And that is why we have the Ace of Cups, because Ace of Cups talks about new opportunity, right? Ace of Cups is like a romantic opportunity. It's something that is related to emotions. So I'm feeling that for you, self-love and your connection with spirit is going to lead you to this unique destiny or purpose that you incarnated here for. And I feel like you don't understand how magical you are just yet. You're more magical than that. It's almost like I cannot fully see what's going on. Okay, I think I'm going to end your reading here. Oh my god, why is it so dark all of a sudden? Oh, the light is going out. Whoa. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to end this reading here. And this is what your painting looks like. This bubble drop of paint, it's not yet dry. So I'm not going to touch it. I'm just going to wait for it to dry, and then I'll upload a shot so you can see, or I'll upload like pictures or videos of this after it's dry if you want to have a look, you know. But I'm going to have to end this reading here. I feel like it's going to take some time to dry. But it was such a pleasure to have you, my dear 𝒫𝒃. Thank you so much. I feel like I mainly connected with you and your energy and your past self energy. Yeah. I hope you know that you're amazing. Hope you can love yourself more. And please remember that you can have anything and everything you want. And as long as you're following your heart, you will always fall in alignment with whatever the special destiny or purpose is. And I thank you so much for being here. Please like this video or comment. Like, I want to know who you are. Tell me about you, 𝒫𝒃. Yeah, let me know if this reading resonated, if you liked any of the parts, if you disliked anything, you want me to improve on something, just let me know. Or if you have any recommendations for future readings, I'll be happy to indulge you. I feel like this is something that is also coming in for you, this kind of happiness. You see this kind of happiness? I feel like this is something that's coming in for you. So I'm really stoked for you, 𝒫𝒃. Hopefully, if you stick around, I will see you in my next reading. If not, I thank you and value you and cherish your presence here. I hope this reading was helpful to you. And for the rest of my subscribers, I love you so much. And I'll see you soon in my next video. Bye. Bye-bye.